Good evening, YouTube. It's your man, HML Comics, coming here on a Friday evening. It's been a while, mostly a couple weeks since I did my last video, and I wanted to do another video, the weekly haul and auction preview. As you know, I'm going to be on Key Unit Auction tomorrow night. I think it's at 9 o'clock or 8 o'clock on Jay Blitz's YouTube channel. And then Sunday on Strictly Comics YouTube channel, the affordable auction, Sunday at 8 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. And so I wanted to give some previews of some books that I got in this week that will be available for auction. I haven't researched them a lot or anything like that, but I wanted to make sure that they go up because even I have to say I'm pretty impressed by what we've got going to happen. That said, I'm going to give a big shout out to First Edition Comics and Big Cat 60 Comics. They're my two main suppliers this week. I bought most of my stuff from them, and I got some good stuff. And they AOK'd me some stuff, which was really, really good. Some I just got fortunate enough on some of the on the buys that they deserve a shout out because it's not easy. When you're selling at an auction and you're getting stuff that you got for who knows how much, and then you put it up and hoping people bid on it and it doesn't go for kind of what you want. And we all try it. We all try it, and in the end, the whole point is to hopefully come out ahead. Making more money in than what we spent getting the stuff together. We can't, I always look at it, I don't look at each individual lot as going, did I lose money on this lot, make money on that lot? It's overall, in the overall evening, did I end up making money or not? So the important thing is check me out on the auction. We're going to have some stuff available that's really good. So without further ado, because it's mostly about the books, always about the books. This is what I got from Big 60. He had a couple lots on, and I was able to get this amazing Spider-Man with the four ladies: Silk, Spider-Woman, Gwen, Spider-Gwen, and I'm presuming that's Miles Morales there. So that probably be available. Then he also did this run of Spider-Geddon. So we got the Primer 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then he also this Amazing Spider-Man 3 with Doc Ock. I want to say this is Delato, but I'm not sure. That may be available. This one is Amazing Spider-Man 10. It's a Black Cat variant with a COA from the Comic Mint, saying it was one of 1,000 available. Mike Mayhew Black Cat variant. So we'll look this up, but this will probably be available as well. And then this Amazing Spider-Man Venom 1 homage to ASM 300, of course. So that is there. Now also from Big Cat 60 got in the Spawn 300. Again, a homage to ASM 300. So, this could go up. Then we got a series of Venoms. I had not seen many of these Venoms at all. And so when he put it up, I was just surprised that he got really no interest from it. And even I had to apologize when I bought it. I was like, wow, this is crazy. So you got Venom 1, the Mary Jane variant. You got Venom 1, the 4th printing. It's Venom 1, some other variant. I'm not sure what, but it's also a variant. Then you got, I want to say this is the 2nd printing. I want to say. Yeah, second printing, Venom 1 second printing trade, and then the second printing version variant. Then you got Venom 3. This is Venom 2, um, fourth printing, and then Venom 2. This is the third printing. So a lot of printings I hadn't seen before, but it's a lot of Venom. So a lot of Venom that's kind of unique. So that's gonna be something. Also, I bought from him Edge of Spider-Verse 2 fourth printing, and it ended up getting damaged in transport. And you know, it came and it just had, it got separated from the staples because it got jostled in the top loader. And I can't remember what I spent for it, but I was like, well, I told him about it. I said, it got damaged, so I'm just letting you know. I can't do anything with it, so I'll send it back. And he said, well, don't worry about it, He says, I'm getting one that's graded from CGC, and I'll send that to you. And he A-okayed this to me. Mad props to you for that, Big Cat. Mad props to you for that, Big Cat 60. Absolutely. I mean, nothing but respect for me for this one. Didn't have to do it. Could have just refunded the money, but it's people like him that make you say, okay, they're people that like the hobby and are good, upstanding people about comics. And so this is outstanding. And I don't do a lot of shout outs to everybody all the time for doing good stuff. But because of this, I'm going. I'll give shout outs to you, and I watch his auctions that he's on, and hope that he can. He has a good love for the hobby as I do, and for a lot of the good people. So the hope is, again, shout out to you, Big Cat 60, for this. Very nice. So now, first edition. On the auction he was at, he put this up at a buy it now. This is Thor number 5, first print, the Donny Cates one, 9.8, and he put it up at an insane buy it now price, and I was able to snag it quickly, and I couldn't believe it. Couldn't believe it. It's a great book. I more than likely plan on keeping this, but I could make it available just because. Why shouldn't I? Or if I'll make my raw copies available as well. But great for first edition for putting it up, because we take chances, like I say, putting things up, hoping to whatever our circumstances are, hoping to move them, and so sometimes we get benefits to others, because just things happen. Now also I got a couple lots from him that were really, really good. And like I said, I haven't researched these. Now, he put this up as a buy now. This is a Wolverine book signed by John Romita and Stan Lee. I have nothing signed by Stan Lee. It's got a COA. Okay. It's a Wolverine Weapon X number 1, the DF cover. It was especially limited series of 25 copies signed by Romita and Stan Lee. I mean, this is absolutely wonderful. First edition, absolutely wonderful. A beautiful book, beautiful chance to get this. I'm going to get this verified by CBCS, and keep it in the PC. That's the plan. Let's hope we can do that. Now also, he did this thing where he said the high winner of the night would get a free book from him, and I happened to win that, and so he I get this nice Maestro um, with the Infinity Gauntlet Virgin variant. Beautiful book, beautiful book. And because I was a high winner for the night from him, and so I have to research this before this goes up, but this will go up probably by itself. Um, but also, in a lot I got from him, I got this Venom 7 um, with the Gauntlet. This is a big book. It's not the Virgin, but still big enough and crazy. I mean, people want this cover all day long. So I got this through first edition as well. So I don't know if I'll make that available or not, but as you see, in really, really good condition. These things are in really, really good condition. So, shouts out to him. Now, this one I had not seen before. This is Venom 27 with Null wearing the Infinity Gauntlet. I had not seen this one before, and it was made available in the lot, but I didn't even pay attention to it because I just saw the first two. But this is also extremely special. So this will be interesting to see what this gets. But this will probably be made available. So if you're watching this video, go find out because I hadn't seen this one before. So now that it's here, now that you've seen it, it's a very nice book. Very nice book to have. Then we've got this one. I think this is a Crane. It looks like a Crane. Yeah, the Clayton Crane Spider-Man. I have to look and find out what it is. It's on the back of the book, but another Virgin variant. And then I've got this Absolute Carnage Miles Morales number 2. Has a COA of only 1,500 copies. This is copy number 708. Also another Clayton Crane. As you know, Clayton Crane is the hot artist at this point in time. It's not signed by him, but a nice Virgin variant. That'll become available as well. So, along with that, I actually did a mystery box, and I got some basic, Bronze Age, Copper Age stuff that'll go up, and then at my LCS this week, picked up the latest Batman 3 Jokers, the Batgirl cover. That's the only one I wanted. I'm not a Joker's fan, so I wanted the one I kept from last time was the Red Hood and the Batman cover. So now I got the Batgirl cover, so I'm keeping that. Then we've got this is a Joker War, the Batman Joker War Zone art term. I think that's who does this one cover. Batman Joker War Zone A cover. Giant size X-Men. I'm presuming this is an homage to, or just a reprint of the first one. So got this variant version. The one with this, the floating heads, the Virgin variant of this. I saw in my comic shop for $75. Another person was trying to sell it for $125. Like, dude, yeah, I'm not doing that. I said I can get it for $75, so why would I buy from you? He's like, yeah, the best I can do is $110. Yeah, I'm not doing that. I mean, the competition's a competition. So, but I got this at, cover price at my LCS, so I do that. Now, this one, the Silver Surfer, the Antithesis, apparently this is a key book, so I'm going to have to probably keep this one. Because I've got the Fantastic Four one, Empire, that goes with this. But I sold this one as part of a lot, so that's going to go. Strange Academy number 3, the Doctor Strange Alex Ross cover. So, got a couple of those. And then we got Strange Academy 3. I don't know if this is a B cover or not. Yeah, this is the B cover, the variant cover. One of those. Then got regular cover. Yeah, regular cover. And then 2 Ghost Rider timeless covers from the Avengers 36 variant edition Ghost Rider for Alex Ross. So that is available as well. So that's what we have this week. Um, while I have a minute, because my camera hasn't frozen up yet, so I'm going to take this moment to um, quickly talk about an issue that has come up. A lot of times people in the chat will ask questions that raise discussion. And one of them, of course, is the collecting of Silver Age books. There is, quite the fondness for Silver Age. I mean, I wasn't around when Silver Age was out, and when I started collecting, Silver Age weren't available that abundantly. I mean, you had some shops that may carry some, but for the most part, you didn't have the internet, so you just didn't have access to all the Silver Age that was out there. And now, Silver Age is a little more plentiful. But the issue is that people look at it and go, if I get Silver Age will hold its value better than modern books and current books. So it's a better investment. And yes and no is the answer. And what you've seen is that when I started back collecting, I tried to collect Silver Age because you go on the sites, the value sites, and you see that FF48 in a 9.8 is 50,000, 80,000. I mean, just insane numbers. And so you're sitting there going, okay, and they're saying, well, if you get it graded high enough, it's going to be worth a lot of money. So then I started doing my research, okay, because then we started seeing the auction bids. You get some Silver Age. A lot of 5 Silver Age would get $300. Now a lot of 5 Silver Age books gets like 60. So the question now becomes, okay, somehow the market is correcting that discrepancy, and the question we have to find out is, okay, why is that? Okay, why is it now Silver Age goes for a lot less than it used to? So I started doing some research. Initially, I'd done some research and found out that if you had a Silver Age book, for it to make a difference in grading or not, it had to be an 8.0 or better. Okay, if you got an 8.0 or 8.5, there may be like $30 difference between graded and raw. Below that, it just simply didn't care. Didn't care if it was graded or raw. And so then, of course, to get the real big money, you got to get to the 9s and of course the 9.8. But then the issue is, how many 9.8s are there? Now, given that it's a 50-year-old book or more, the chance of having a 9.8 is going to be a lot less. There should be fewer 9.8s because not many are going to last that long to make it to today in that kind of condition. And so I started looking at the census to see exactly what that meant. So you look at the census, and roughly, in a 9.8 or better, in a Silver Age book, you're looking at about 1 to 2% of those books are going to come back as a 9.8. Okay? Now, as a 9.0 or above, you're looking at maybe 10 to 20% are going to come back at a 9.0 or above. So we're right at the spot. And you're looking at, given how CGC and CBCS grades, one tick, one blemish, one wave, one crease, one color grab, one, just any defect drops it a hit. Okay? So you get 5 defects, you're at an 8.0, 8.5 easily. And they look through the entire book, not just the covers, not just the corners, not just the back. They open up every page and they go through every page. So every little blemish, every little thing gets looked at, and then you get a grade. And most of the grades I'm seeing are coming back. Some are decent mids, 7s, 6s, 5s, 4s, but they're coming back much lower. So with them coming back much lower, then that means the value that you get assigned becomes, it's now a 30, 40, $50 book, which, nobody wants because, there's a Silver Age. And if you just want to, buy a book that's going to retain its value, and not be worth absolutely nothing, Silver Age is the way to go. Because Silver Age is going to be a 20, 30, $50 book all day long for the most part if it's in good shape. Where current books will not be that because they're almost just current books. So they just mean, a dollar or 50 cents or something like that. So in the essence of collecting for a good strong investment, Silver Age would be kind of where if you wanted something that's going to retain value, not lose a lot, and a lot of people get Silver Age and they don't grade it because they know, okay, it's not high enough to be graded, and that of course is a good thing. So in that sense, yes, Silver Age I think is a decent investment for long term because it will retain the value if you get it cheap enough. Um, I'm looking at maybe 20 to 30, $40 on basic books. Um, Important books like FF 48, 49, 52, all those key issues, things like that, low numbers. They might get 50 or 60 depending on how great they are. And then, of course, the big keys, of course, are separate. But just basic comic books, common books, are going to retain that kind of value. So, for that reason, I think it's a decent to invest in. Now, again, you make your money in investing when you buy the product. That's the general business formula for this kind of stuff. So you'll make your money when you buy it. So if you buy it low enough, then you have some current equity, as opposed to waiting for it to grow and all that stuff. So if you can buy it, $15, $10, that's when you buy it, hold it, don't grade it, and just you keep it in May, down the road, sell for 30, 40, $50, and then you made some profit. Nothing to write home about. Not going to buy a car or anything, but at least it retained its value and even gained a little. The tough part is when someone's asking over $50 for a Silver Age book that's not key. That becomes the issue because they're saying this is a 7, 8, 8.5 all day, and you're sitting there going, it looks nice. It does look nice because the colors are vibrant, they're popping on the cover. But again, you're not looking at the entire book like the grader would. You're getting, they'll show the spine, they'll show the front, they'll even kind of show the back. They might open up a thing, but for the most part, they're not going to do that for you. And they're not graders. They can say it all day long, but the thing they're trying to get you to do is believe that you've got a high quality book on your hands that you're going to get for a steal that you can turn around, send it to get graded, and monetize that. When the numbers kind of say that's not going to happen. If you're looking at 1 to 2% are going to be 90, and that's where the big money is. The chance of you seeing that book come across your screen ungraded and it's going to be a 9.8, it's going to be like 2%. It's just really, really small percentage. Now you play that, and that says, okay, well, how much do I pay for that? It's the likelihood that it's going to be that times the percentage that you have, and that technically should be what you pay for it. But of course, the people selling it aren't going to run by that same formula. They're going to ask $100, $200, things like that. Then you've got to ask yourself, okay, the rarity of the book, how often do I see it come up? How important is the book? Do I really, if I get it graded and it comes back at a 6 or a 5 or 4, how devastated will I be? Because of now, what I thought could be $1,000 book is now worth $30. And it's graded, so I can't turn around in an auction and go, hey, here's a 3.0 of something and ask for $200 when they look and see, yeah, it's a $30 book. So in that sense, I would tell you no, because again, the unless it's already graded, sorry, already graded, and you already have some idea where the value is, taking that gamble becomes really really risky. Common Silver Age books, getting for $10, $15 a piece, yeah, go for that because again, they'll probably retain the value for that. But if you're trying to shoot the moon and take a percentage shot, 2% shot that you're gonna get something that's a 9.0 or better, yeah, that's high stakes stuff. And it just tells you the numbers tell you most of the time you're gonna come up short. Um, because again, go to CGC census, look it up, see how many 9.8 copies there are. You're talking in the handful, under 10. Okay, under 10 in the entire existence that CGC has been around for these 20 years. They've seen 10 of that copy that high, which is why they assign such a high number to it. It just doesn't come around that often. I'm not saying it's impossible, but you gotta do some numbers work and go, yeah, that's kind of not gonna really work out. So anyway, that's that one. Come out to the auctions. I mean, I'll be watching one tonight, 10 o'clock. There may be one starting now that I'll just watch while I'm eating and get some soup. But hope to see you guys come out. Again, it's about it's a hobby. For me, this is a hobby. You do it because you love it. You do it because you like it. I don't spend money that I'm not prepared to lose. So small fraction of my disposable income is devoted to comics. Small fraction. So I'm not sitting there going to be worrying about paying the rent or anything like that. So it gets done. Um, we do it because we love it. So hope to see you in the auctions. Please drop your comments, subscribe if you haven't subscribed before. Hit the like button. Shout out to all my comic friends that I've met over these months. It's been great knowing you. Hope we'll have some really good conversations from now on. Subscribe if you can. Thanks for watching the video. Please comment down below if you have anything to ask about. Any questions about the books, let me know. Again, when you come to the auction, if you have an interest in a book that I have, and I haven't said anything about coming up, mention it in the chat. Say, hey, HDM Law, you showed this book on your video. Will it be coming up? And a lot of times, what I'll tell you, tell people if it's a pricey book, I'll preview it. I'll say, okay, this is the book I'm thinking about putting up. This is where I'm going to have to start the bidding, and I'll leave it to the chat to decide. The chat decides they want to go for it. Fine, I'll put it up. They say they don't, then I'm not going to waste my time, and I won't waste their time either. So, but if you see something on the video that you want to come up, just say, hey, look, can you put that up? When you see it in the chat, say when you gonna put that up, or you can give me an IG or something like that, and I can give you some idea of which round it's going to be around, and that way you can look for it and decide if you want to try to bid for it or not. But again, other than that, have a good night, and we'll see you next time. Take care.